Sierra Leone has a rich history, but it's also a history marked by trauma. Long before colonization, a rigid caste system existed. This system created deep social divisions. Some groups were unfairly privileged, while others faced discrimination. This created a foundation of inequality. Then came the transatlantic slave trade. It was brutal and dehumanizing. European powers arrived on the shores, hungry for human cargo. They tore families apart, shipping millions across the Atlantic. The impact on Sierra Leone was devastating. Communities were shattered and the social fabric was ripped apart. The slave trade wasn't just about economics, it was about power. It was about devaluing human life for profit. This period left a deep scar on the soul of Sierra Leone. The echoes of this trauma still resonate today. Generations later, the legacy of the slave trade continues to haunt Sierra Leone. It's a painful reminder of the darkest chapters of human history. Understanding this past is essential to understanding the present. Colonialism didn't heal the wounds of the slave trade, it made them worse. European powers, primarily the British, imposed their rule on Sierra Leone. They exploited the land and its people for their own gain. Colonial policies reinforced the existing divisions. They created a system where power was concentrated in the hands of a few. This further marginalized certain groups. Access to education and opportunities was limited for many. The colonial period saw the systematic plunder of Sierra Leone's resources. This left the nation economically crippled. It also sowed the seeds of future conflict. The fight for independence was long and hard won, but even after independence, the legacy of colonialism continued to cast a long shadow over Sierra Leone. The horrors of the past didn't end with colonialism. In 1991, Sierra Leone was plunged into a brutal civil war. The conflict lasted for over a decade, leaving scars that are still healing today. The civil war was a complex and multifaceted conflict. Rebel groups, fueled by greed and power, tore the nation apart. They committed atrocities against innocent civilians. Tens of thousands of people were killed and countless others were displaced from their homes. The war destroyed Sierra Leone's infrastructure. Schools, hospitals and roads were reduced to rubble. The economy was shattered, leaving the nation in ruins. But perhaps the most devastating impact of the war was the erosion of trust. Communities were torn apart, and neighbors turned against each other. The war left deep psychological wounds on individuals and communities. Sierra Leone has made progress since the end of the Civil War, but the road to recovery is long and challenging. The nation is still grappling with the legacy of trauma, poverty, and corruption. Justice and accountability are essential for healing. Those responsible for war crimes and human rights abuses must be held accountable. This is not about revenge, but about breaking the cycle of violence. Reconciliation is equally important. This means creating spaces for dialogue and understanding. It means acknowledging the past and working together to build a better future. Sierra Leone needs investment in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. This will create opportunities for all citizens and help break the cycle of poverty. But most importantly, Sierra Leone needs hope. It needs a belief that a brighter future is possible. The people of Sierra Leone are resilient. They have endured unimaginable suffering, yet their spirit remains unbroken. With continued support and a commitment to justice and reconciliation, Sierra Leone can heal and thrive.